Okay, so how do you properly sanitize an aircraft? On this episode of Taking Off, we'll find out. Okay, so we got a new normal with the COVID-19 virus. And for many of you, maybe you rent airplanes, you have partnerships, you have partners like I do, and you want to make sure that you stay safe. And really, you know, for me personally, it's not about whether or not I catch the coronavirus. For me, it's about that I have relatives that are high risk, and if they catch it, they would probably die. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to be extra careful. And some people say the masks are overkill and everything else, but we'll get into that in just a minute. But we're going to talk about precisely how to sanitize an airplane that you're about to get into. The CDC still has a lot to learn about this bug, and so there are a lot of things that we know, there's a lot of things we don't know. But what the CDC is saying right now is that the bug gets in your respiration. Then as you breathe and in the air that you expel, you'll have the virus can be in that air. And so the reason for the mask is twofold. First of all, it stops, if you have it, from spreading it. And secondly, if it's in the air, you could potentially breathe it in. Now, nobody's been here for a while. The plane has sat overnight, so there's no corona in the air. But what happens is the coronavirus that's in the respiratory droplets can set on the surfaces, and then you touch it with your hand, your finger, then you rub your eye, you rub your nose, and that's how transmission, the CDC is saying that the transmission of the coronavirus is happening. So what we've got to do is we got to properly sanitize all the surfaces, from that airdrop. Now, if the people that are flying the plane all wore masks, then it wouldn't be as critical, because the main source, again, the contamination is coming from respiratory airdrops. And the makers, the big three, Aspen, Garmin, Dynon, they've all issued procedures on how best to clean and sanitize the instruments. And really, let's break that apart. You have avionics and you have everything else. And about the air, it's a little unknown of how long the bug stays alive. So the best thing you can do is open your doors, open your windows, get clean air in here. And also there's differing information on how long the coronavirus can live on surfaces, and some 3 days, some 9 days, and part of it depends on the surface. So, if your plane has been sitting for 2 weeks, you're probably safe. Okay, for cleaning main surfaces, main touch points, you can use, the CDC says you can use any EPA approved household disinfectant. So whether that's a spray, it's a wipe, whatever, you can use these to clean your handles. You can clean your anywhere somebody would touch something. But be careful around electronics. And now let's get into that. For cleaning your avionics, what you want is alcohol. This is not water. My wife has a big jug of alcohol. We've established a water bottle that I've marked alcohol. And this one's 97% alcohol. You want to make sure that the CDC says you want to be over 70%. So use alcohol, use a lint free cloth. Don't use paper towel, it can be abrasive. The big concern here is with avionics are coated, and you want to make sure that you're not scrubbing hard or something like that and destroying the coating that's on the electronics. In addition to that, it's electrical, so you want to be careful when working any kind of fluids around electrical, and that's why we're using alcohol, because it dries fast. Now, what you want to do is you want to apply the alcohol. You need to wipe everything down, let it dry. That's a really important part. 30 seconds at least. You've got to let it dry. Then you come back and you wipe it all off. That's the proper way to sanitize. And a lot of people just do alcohol real quick and they're good to go. No, you need to let it sit for at least 30 seconds before you clean it. So sanitize, then clean. Lastly, you got your headset. Now, hopefully you don't let other people use your headset. You can always put it in a bag. if you bag it and it sits for a week or 2 weeks, the coronavirus has been shown to not survive that long, so you're probably safe. But sanitize the mouthpiece, especially, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you fly safe. You don't need to be that guy that spreads the coronavirus. For me, I'm a pilot. We take risk, and we mitigate risk. And so everything that we do, whether it's wearing masks, wearing gloves, sanitizing your plane, it's about mitigating risk factors. And that's what we do as pilots. So stay safe out there, take away the risk factors, and let's get to the other side of this thing. And we'll see you next time.